So, what are fossils? Fossils are the remains of ancient living things that have been preserved in rocks over millions of years. Fossils teach us about all kinds of prehistoric life on Earth. There are lots of different kinds of fossils, and they show us the huge variety of ancient living things. Body fossils show us the structure of a living organism. They can be as tiny as a one-celled organism, or as huge as a whole diplodocus. Most body fossils are hard things like bone or teeth. Trace fossils show us the activity of living things. Examples of trace fossils include tracks and burrows, or even real dino poo. Dinosaur poo fossils are called coprolites, and don't worry, they aren't stinky. Most fossils are found in sedimentary rocks. The best place for fossilization is at the bottom of the sea. When a plant or animal dies, its body sinks to the bottom of the sea and is covered with sediment like mud or sand. The skeleton keeps getting covered with more sediment, and the pressure of more layers of mud and sand turns the lower layers into rock. The skeleton dissolves away, leaving a skeleton-shaped hole. This is called a natural mould. Mineral-rich water fills the cavity, and the minerals crystallize inside the mould. They form exactly the same shape as the skeleton. Over millions of years, the rock from the seabed rises to the Earth's surface. Erosion from the wind and rain exposes the fossil, ready to be found. I'm here at Lyme Regis Museum with Paddy Howe, the museum's geologist. Thank you so much for joining me on Libbet Lab, Paddy.
That's very welcome.
What are fossils?
So a fossil technically is a trace of ancient life and older than 10,000 years.
Why are there so many fossils on the Jurassic coast?
Right, a few reasons. So first we have a lot of soft rocks which are easily eroded.
Yeah, Daddy was right.
That's what.
With his hammer trying to get a fossil out.
So a lot of them are very soft, and what that means is it's easy for fossils to come out. In other places you have harder rocks, and they'll have fossils in, but they don't get eroded away so quickly. So you don't find so many. The structure of the rocks. So when you look at the layers in the cliff, all the layers, they slope down towards the south and east. That means it's very easy for big chunks to slide off the top, and that brings out more fossils. We also have the right sort of circumstances. We have the right minerals to preserve the fossils, and that's not always the case. So in some places you might have a block of sandstone, and there'll be a hole where the fossil used to be, but the fossil is dissolved away.
What are the most common fossils on the Jurassic coast?
Right, so we get a lot of ammonites, so the spiral shell, and belemnites, which are the remains of fossil squid. So they're the two things which are kind of easiest to find. But there are lots and lots of other things. There's a whole ecosystem of stuff. So trees and plants and insects and all sorts of things.
I love Marianne. Who was she?
Marianne, well, she was a very poor local girl, and she used to live, her house was on the site where the museum now stands. And her father, Richard Allen, used to collect fossils, and he taught Mary a bit about that. Of course, she went on to make really exciting discoveries of her own.
Ichthyosaurs.
Like ichthyosaurs? Technically, her brother found the first ichthyosaur. I think he found the skull, and he showed Mary where to find the rest the following year, because he wasn't as interested. But of course, she found lots of other things. So, plesiosaurs, she discovered the first plesiosaur, lots of other things. So, yeah, an amazing.
What advice would you give to budding paleontologists?
Keep looking. So quite often, so this time of year, at the end of the summer, it can be really hard to find things out there, and so people get put off because they haven't found very much. But you just got to keep looking. So when I was 6 or 7 years old, I knew that other people found really good fossils here, and I was quite stubborn. I knew if I just kept looking and kept looking, sooner or later I'd find some really good things as well.
Thank you so much for sharing your expertise, Paddy.
That's right. You're welcome.
So much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the show. And remember, there is a reason why you can't hear a pterodactyl going to the toilet. Because the pee is